make a bar graph, as well as how to use it to read some data. So I'm going to focus on this problem right here. It says Abel read 2 books, Jiang read 4 books, Kara read 1 book, and Jamila read 3 books. Complete the bar graph to show this data. So a couple of things I noticed the mathematician did is they labeled this chart with a title to let me know what I'm measuring. It also has the number of students as well as the name of the children. Okay? The mathematician also filled out part of the graph, but they did not do everything. So we need to complete the bar graph. So I'm going to look up here. Abel has read 2 books. Let's just make sure the mathematician is correct. That is right. He has 2 books. Jiang read 4 books. So that goes up to here. Now I'm at Kara, and I'm noticing that nothing is here for Kara. But it tells me that she read 1 book. So I'm going to color in up to the line 1 to show that she read 1 book. Then I move forward and I have Jamila, and it tells me that Jamila read 3 books. So I find the number 3, which is right here, and I'm going to drag my pen across until I get to that line. You'll notice that I can color up all the way to the 3 to show that she read 3 books. Okay? So looking down here, it's very similar. Here they're giving us our data, but we're not focusing anymore on the books that are read. Now we're focusing on the kinds of pets her classmates have. They did put a label up here for the title, Our Pets, so I can rewrite it or trace over if I choose to. This says the number of classmates. This is the number of people that have that pet. And down here is the what we are measuring, which is the pets. Okay, so we have dogs, cats, birds, and fish. It says Ella is making a bar graph to show the kinds of pets her classmates have. 5 classmates have a dog. So I can tell that this mathematician has already colored up to the 5, letting me know that 5 classmates have a dog. I could put a check mark here to let me know I finished that one. 7 classmates have a cat. So I find cat, which is right here. I'm going to go to the 7, draw my line, and then I can color all the way up to the 7. I can start here and I can work my way down. It might be a little bit easier. Doesn't need to be perfect, but I like how this mathematician up here used different colors to help me see. So I'm going to show you by using different color markers as well. So now that I'm done with cats, I can put a check mark there so we don't do it again. I can look at the next one and it says 2 classmates have birds. So I'm going to find birds. I'm going to draw my line up to the 2. I'm going to color it in like this. Okay. Put my check mark there, and then I have one more that I have to do, which it says 3 classmates have fish. So I'm going to find the 3, which is right here, and I'm going to color it in. Okay, so the question number 1 says write labels and draw bars to complete the graph. They already did this for us, but we completed the graph on our own. So I don't need to do anything else because there's nothing else to do for number 1. As a teacher, I can see the work's done in the chart. Number 2, it says, how will the graph change if one more child gets a bird? So if I look at my chart here, I know that there's already 2 friends that chose birds or have birds. So if I add one more, and I'm going to add it in a different color, if I add one more, what are we noticing as mathematicians? How did it change? It changed because now there's the same number of birds and fish. It wasn't like that before. It changes because if the question said, how many did the fewest classmates have? I now have 2 choices instead of 1 because they are the same. So either one of those answers would work. You could say, how did the graph change if one more child gets a bird? There are two pets with the fewest numbers. Or you could write, there are two pets with the same number now. Either one would work. Sometimes, as I mentioned before, bar graphs go a different way. So what I mean by that is this. You can see how this bar graph looks a little bit different than this bar graph. So let's take a minute and let's fill this one out together. I'm also noticing that I have blank lines here. That's because I'm going to have to think of a title. I have to think about what I'm measuring and how many of what I'm measuring. Okay, so let's take a look. It says Dexter asked his classmates which pizza topping is their favorite. So it's giving me some data here that 4 classmates chose peppers, 7 classmates chose meat, 5 classmates chose mushrooms, 2 classmates chose olives. So the first question they're asking me to do is write a title and labels for the bar graph. So that's here. Here's my title, and here's my labels, right? So I have to think as a reader, what am I measuring? Well, he asked me what their favorite pizza topping is. So all I could write at the top is favorite pizza toppings. My one label is right here, and my other label is right here. This label will measure what is in here. And what is that? Those are the choices of pizza toppings. So right here, I'm going to write pizza toppings. If you need to move the paper so it's easy for you to write, you could do that if you need to. Now I have one more line. I'm noticing that there's numbers down here. These numbers are going to represent the classmates. So it's a number of classmates. So the name that needs to go down here is classmates. Now I can fill out my graph. Again, I'm going to use different colors to help me. Peppers tells me 4 classmates chose peppers. So again, I'm going to go to the 4, which is this way now. I stop at the 4, and then I can color all the way through. Put a check mark there. 7 classmates chose meat. Make sure that meat's my second one. It is. And then I'm going to move this over here. So I'm going to go all the way across. Okay. Mushrooms. I do not like mushrooms at all. But we have 5 classmates choose mushrooms. I'm going to go to mushrooms, which is here. And color all the way. Okay. And then olives. I do like olives. I'm going to also put a check mark here because I did finish that. 2 classmates chose olives. Okay, so I'm going to color. I'm going to go to the 2. I'm going to color all the way up. Now my bar graph is done. Question right here says, which topping did most classmates choose? So I'm going to look and I'm going to see which one did most classmates choose. Which is the largest number? Which one sticks out the most? Which is meat. So I'm going to write meat. So meats are like pepperoni, sausage. I know it's a favorite of a lot of people. Kind of bummed that they didn't have cheese though. I think that's one of my favorites. Okay. So looking at the last question, it says, did more classmates choose peppers and olives than meat? So this one's a little bit trickier. It's a think smarter question. But what the mathematician is asking me is, did more classmates choose these two put together or just this one? We know that meat was our highest number, but now my mathematician question is wondering, if I put peppers and olives together, do I have more of those pizzas or do I have still more meat? So if I look at my information from peppers, I'm noticing that I'm stopping here, which is 4. So I'm going to put a 4 underneath my peppers and olives. So I'm going to put a plus sign here, helping me know that I'm putting them together. Olives is 2. When I add those together, I know that I'm getting 6, right? Meat was at 7. So a way that I could explain this is when I add my peppers and olives together, I get 6. But meat is 7. And 7 is more than 6. Okay? So I could write that down. When I combine peppers and olives, I get 6. Meat has 7. And then I can write an inequality number sentence, which looks like this. I could write 6 is less than 7. If you're more comfortable writing out 6 is less than 7, you can do that too. This completes our math lesson for today. Look out and you will see an extension page for you to work on by you being able to create your own bar graph as well as answering some questions. Happy math! As a